get a little bit hot. Closest area to cool off is if you exit our amphitheater and go to the right. Gorilla Valley is going to be our coldest building that we do have. So remember to keep drinking water today. But I'll go ahead and get started about talking. I do want to welcome you guys to our zoo. That is because your guys' ticket prices, memberships, anything you buy here on zoo grounds goes directly to the welfare of our animals, and anything after that goes to conservation efforts throughout the entire world. So I want to thank you guys first and foremost for being here. But here we are at Owen Sea Lion Shores, which is a replica of the Pacific Northwest. So the Pacific Northwest is going to be about Northern California all the way up to Alaska. That is going to be home of harbor seals and the 3 California sea lions that we do have in our exhibit. However, currently they are on exhibit to train our seals, and we'll be back on exhibit once we are done training these guys. But we do have 5 animals that live here. We have our 2 harbor seals, Monty and Milo, and our 3 California sea lions, Nova, Elvira, and Fluke. Both seals and sea lions, they do have quite a few differences, but a big primary one is going to be coloration. So seals are more so a black with kind of spots that are grayish or whitish in color. And then sea lions are more so a uniform brown color. So that's a good way to tell the difference between the two. But both of them do spend a lot of their time playing, sleeping, and foraging. So when we went ahead and made this habitat that we do have for our animals, we had to keep in mind places for them to perform all of these daily activities that they would be doing, as well as making sure that these guys have nice clean water. So we do have state-of-the-art filtration systems here at our zoo put in place to make sure all of our animals have the cleanest water as possible. However, animals out in their natural habitat do not have those exact same sorts of things. So a lot of things that can run off, especially here in Nebraska, we do have a huge impact on our oceans and waterways. So it only takes a few weeks for anything in Nebraska to actually reach the ocean, stuff such as trash, chemicals, pesticides, cow manure. Those are all things that can end up in our oceans within a few weeks of them kind of entering waterways around us. But luckily here at our zoo, we don't have to worry about those sorts of things. Our animals have perfectly designed exhibits for their natural habitats, as well as the interactions that they have with our caregivers. So our caregivers, they have specialized education to actually be engaging with our animals, and that is because there's something called the Marine Mammal Protection Act, basically saying it is illegal to actually come within 150 feet of seals and sea lions in their natural habitat, as well as it is illegal to feed them in their natural habitat. So this way these guys can stay functioning parts of their ecosystem as much as possible instead of relying on people for food. But as I did mention, our animals, they have these safe interactions, and when we do feed them, you'll notice that we feed them after they have completed a behavior that we do ask of them. So this is a form of training called positive reinforcement. We always want to associate our trainings with something positive for our animals, so we do offer them something that they really do enjoy. Training is a 3-step process that we use for our zoo, but we start with something really simple. So the same thing kind of works with these people riding bikes. You start off with training wheels, those are something really similar, and then once you get comfortable, you can graduate to taking those training wheels off. So the same process kind of works with our animals. We start with something really simple. For a lot of our trainings, we can use something called a target pull. It'll be a stick with a ball at the end of it, and we basically train our animals that if they touch their nose to get that target pull right there, that they get a stick. And we can slowly start moving that target stick around to do more complex behaviors that you guys are seeing here today. But the behaviors that we do ask of these guys are so we have these guys trained to do their own medical care. So stuff such as opening up their mouth, presenting flippers, nail trims, especially with our seals, they know how to do those, as well as x-rays, blood draws, injections, all those sorts of things to prep them for the real thing when needed. So by combining a lot of our care that we have our animals, as well as the habitat that we do have built for these guys, we can demonstrate our commitment to their well-being.